Hi, this is Sophia Cartman, host of the Dream Big podcast show.
And this is Olga Cartman.
Today we are going to tell you a very scary story. It's about a volcano. It was huge, it was scary, it was big, it was huge.
Oh, wait a second, Sophia. Was it that scary, or you assumed it was so scary?
I assumed it. That's what this podcast is about. Make sure to stay to the very end to find out if I made it up the mountain.
It's episode 312. And what time is it, Sophia?
It's time to dream big.
Welcome to the Dream Big podcast show. We're inspiring you to shoot for the moon, take aim and go. We bring to you amazing guests who truly love what they do. Every day they're living their dreams, and so can you. Dream big, take action to reach your goals. Are you pumped yet? It's showtime, let's rock and roll.
As you remember, big dreamers, I'm still in the island of Oʻahu. And my parents want to see all the sights. They decided it would be a great idea to go to the Diamond Head. Duh!
Diamond Head is part of the range of volcanoes that began erupting below sea level over 2.5 million years ago. A single eruption around 300,000 years ago created the crater that's called Diamond Head. It takes about 1.5 to 2 hours to hike to Diamond Head, and it's about 1.6 miles or 2.6 kilometers round trip.
My parents told me, they said it was a hike. And I was like, no, not another hike. It took about an hour and a half to drive to the mountain. And I saw the mountain and I was really scared. So I was saying, well, that's too big. No, I don't want to do it. It sounds challenging. Diamond Head looks like a big diamond. And no. And plus, it was a volcano. I'm scared of volcanoes. So it made it worse. It was a crater. And I was thinking to myself, no, never, not happening. Staying in the car. I put up a fight. I looked at the people there going on the very edge of the mountain, and I threw a tantrum. My mom was telling me not be afraid, and I was like, no, I'm afraid, I don't want to go. Let me stay in the car like a dog. Just turn on the AC with that little doggy screen on. I'll stay in the car. Plus, it was a hot day, and it was hard for me. I don't like hot days. I don't like stuff with not trees. And I don't like anything about that mountain.
So, Sophia, in other words, you made assumptions before we even got there. Is that correct?
Yes, Mom. I did assume it was going to be hard. I assumed that there was going to be so many bad things, and the volcano was going to erupt on me, and we were running down, and I was wrong. And the bad thing about that is we put it in our mind and we get scared almost.
I understand, Sophia. And big dreamers, if you do make assumptions, if you do get scared, trust me, we know how it feels. Because most likely your assumptions, they're like real stories. They look so real. They have feelings. They have pictures. And we adults make assumptions all the time. We make assumptions about others. We make assumptions about ourselves, about how others think about us. And we take it a lot of times personally. You see, sometimes assumptions are helpful, but often they can prove unproductive or even damaging. By acting on our assumptions as if they were true, we actually scare ourselves even more. And it's not a bad thing, but it's not productive at all. Sophia, did you feel assumptions were helpful?
They were not helpful at all. I didn't want to go, and I would miss out on the wonderful experience I had. It was amazing. I saw so many trees, so many nice things. We saw babies going on that hike. After talking with my mom, and she convinced me to just have fun. So then I made a bet with my dad. And of course I won it. It was that Dad thought minions were blue. And I thought they were yellow. Guess who won? Me.
So you see, Sophia all this time was thinking that this road is very tough and going straight up the mountain. And the reality was that we actually drove in the car through the tunnel inside the crater of the old volcano. And that kind of cut halfway there. So it was halfway less to climb in Sophia's mind. So that was good, right?
Pretty good.
Then we parked the car, we filled up our water bottles, and we started walking up. But not straight up. We didn't use ropes to climb up the mountain. We used very nice paved road. And as Sophia later said that if babies can climb the mountain, I can do it for sure. Then on the way there, we started changing our mind from, it's hot, it's difficult, how long am I going up there? We started changing into what, Sophia?
We started changing into happy, like, this is easy and nice. And it was easy.
We took breaks along the way, and we were singing songs, doing cheers, talking to people who were coming down.
Assumptions are like a little plant. If you put the seed in your mind, and then it will grow and put roots and start taking over your head. But if you put a little watery imagination, then it will be okay.
While we were climbing up the mountain, we met amazing people from different countries. We heard many, many languages. And people didn't look upset coming down the mountain. They were all happy.
They were.
So this is how we knew that something interesting waiting for us up at the top.
So I said to myself, when at the first part, I said it was hard and bad and I don't want to do this and I was scared. But on the way up, it started to change my tactic. And now I'm like, this is easy, okay. Except for one part where I had to climb upstairs.
Walking up the mountain, it's like walking in life. If it gets hard, you just put one foot in front of the other and you keep going.
What a surprise was waiting for me at that top of the mountain. I took my final step and sparkly blue ocean.
It was all around us on one side. We could see city on the other side, and we could see the whole crater of that old volcano right in front of our eyes.
And here I was at the top of a big mountain at the top of Diamond Head. Just a little girl standing there at the huge mountain saying, I'm going to be okay. There's no such a thing as a big mountain for a little girl getting her way. I was standing there and all my fears and worries washed away at that blue ocean. What I didn't know was that mountain had a surprise for me. But I'll tell you about it in the next episode.
Oh no, Sophia, what a cliffhanger. Almost literally. You were standing right there on that edge of the mountain. hanging there. Big Dreamers, I guess you have to tune in again for episode 313 to learn what happened there on the top of the mountain and on the way down.
If I could give you one piece of advice, Big Dreamers, it would be, don't make assumptions. Ask questions. If only I asked questions, I wouldn't be that scared. Like, how tall is it? Are we going to have bridge? Do we have water? Is there any kids on it? Everything. Then I think I would be okay.
That's a great advice, Sophia. Thank you so much. Yes, Big Dreamers. Don't make assumptions. Just ask questions. If you have adults around, they will be happy to answer all your questions. You just need to ask. And for us adults, we will always remember to give you details and to tell you that you'll be okay because you got us. No matter what happens, we got your back. And if you big dreamers would like to read a little more about not making assumptions, I would recommend a wonderful book by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's called 4 Agreements. And the third one is called Don't Make Assumptions.
My challenge for you today is next time you see somebody assuming, say, I don't think you're looking at the whole picture. I don't think you have enough information to assume that. I don't agree with your assumptions. Next time you assume something, I invite you to change it in your head. Make it silly, make it colorful, make it fun.
That's a great challenge, Sophia. Thank you so much. And as always, big dreamers, remember, let us know how did your challenge go. Please send us email, olga@dreambigpodcast.com, or you can find me on Instagram. Sophia and I love seeing your messages. It's Dream Big Podcast on Instagram as well. Please follow us there. If you enjoyed this episode, then please tell your friends and family about the Dream Big Podcast. And again, you can point them to dreambigpodcast.com/312 for this specific episode about assumptions. If everyone's listening would tell just one person about the podcast, that would get our show in front of as many new big dreamers as possible.
And I will be so grateful for that.
If you're enjoying our show, please take a moment to leave us a review on iTunes at dreambigpodcast.com/iTunes. We do read your reviews and it helps us to get in front of more big dreamers, and that's our mission. That's all the announcements for today. As always, thank you so much for tuning in to the Dream Big Podcast.
This is Sophia Cartman and Olga Cartman reminding you that you have unlimited potential. Your dreams are not optional. You need to make them essential. So take massive action and turn those big dreams into reality. Live with passion the way life was meant to be. See you in the next episode. Bye.